Good morning and welcome back to the Building Texas show. I am excited to sit down with a repeat guest, Andrew Johnson, who we met in Garland, Texas, at an event where we were really celebrating higher education and like education for adults, workforce training, so many things that community colleges do across Texas. So, Andrew Johnson, I'm thrilled to have you back on and sharing and celebrating 2 years at Lone Star College.
Good morning, Justin. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you. You gave me a tagline the last time that we spoke. You called me the workforce powerhouse. I've
Yeah.
been teased a gazillion times about that, but I enjoy it. I wear the badge proudly.
Well, I appreciate it. I remember our first conversation when we met, we quickly got into the importance of manufacturing, the importance of value add production, and where people play a critical part in that. And then I was just really educated on the sheer volume of students that go through our community colleges in Texas. And it's so much more than the college idea. I don't even think it is representative of the college idea, really. These community colleges, like Lone Star across the state, really serve the full cycle of employment. The employers, the people studying to get the skills to have the job, the people in the jobs go back for additional training. So there's so much that happens that I think community college is probably a dated name for it.
Agreed, agreed. I'm glad you mentioned the numbers. Texas is extremely unique. Lone Star, we're juggernaut. We were 95,000 students this semester. You look at the others. Alamo is a huge deal. Austin Community College, Houston Community College. When you look at the state of Texas and the size the population that we serve, and then when you consider the, for an example, the skills gap analysis 2035, it's a real, that's an awesome piece of research, but it's a real problem that we have to face when Texas has the population of students that we currently serve, and we're not scratching the surface on that demographic that doesn't see college as a fit for what they want to do. That part of educating the community is important, and we're starting to, thanks to the state of Texas, we're taking the initial steps in making sure those individuals that are in need of the training necessary to succeed in the future are utilizing the benefits of community college.
And oftentimes that's uh, I don't know that subsidize is the right word, but it's an affordable pathway to technical education that I know in the instance of Alamo colleges in Bexar County, that's a benefit to county residents. You're outside of Houston, North Houston, in the Klein ISD area. So where would that be from a city area?
So you're right. We're on the north side. We're on the northwest side of town. But Lone Star College has the largest footprint available to the community colleges in the area. I want to go back to your point about community college being affordable. Nothing against for-profit education. They serve a purpose. By comparison, community college offers the same education in skilled craft trades for a fraction of the cost. You can end up at a for-profit and receive the education and probably enter the workforce in 13 months. And if that's what you want, that's great, but you will be, deep five digits in debt. The average community college, it may take you 2 to 3 years, but you'll still find a job in that same amount of time. At most, you're $7,000 in debt, a four-digit number by compared to a mid to high five-digit number. It's a huge difference. huge. So we've got to educate the communities that we are here and built to serve.
Well, and you serve the employers in so many ways as well for their ongoing training programs. And I have to think that there's a circular relationship where they're meeting your students when they come in to a specific training. I have a background in fiber and energy, so we would need fiber technicians, and a community
Very true.
college would be a great way to put a program in place to train fiber techs, and then we would be able to hire from that pool of professionals.
I think, and I'm calling corporate America out on this with the numbers uh, that I just revealed for Lone Star College. I'll stick with my college. 95,000 students. That is a captured audience. Why wouldn't corporate America have an office right here on campus? Now, we did have the pleasure of Foxconn and Apple visiting our campus for that reason. But if I were in corporate America, I would have one of my best HR professionals sitting in the office at a community college. If it's just 50,000, one of our best workforce partners in the city of Houston, the adjacent San Jacinto College, they do a wonderful job with workforce education. They always have. There are about 30,000 students. Why would you not, if you're in industry looking for skilled craft trades, why would you not have a office on campus with that community college? I don't understand it. A corporate client would want to pay, and nothing against staffing companies, but they would want to pay 35% on top of the wage for that staffing company to go and find suitable candidates. You've got a college campus that has tens of thousands of students hungry and hoping for an opportunity to obtain a job that earns a livable wage. It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, I think the local employers in Cyprus and in Houston should really pay attention when Foxconn, which is an international company out of Asia, and Apple, which is Apple, are coming in, and where did they go?
So
They came,
Foxconn, Apple, I'm sorry to cut across you, SLB, formerly known as Schlumberger,
yeah.
they've been here. We've had Dyken here on campus. The larger companies see the benefit and they are there. So, to your point, we're here to serve. We have a communal responsibility. We receive city, state, and federal funds. We have a communal responsibility to our residents to offer them flagship education, and we do. We do. We have AI. I'll let the cat out of the bag. What you will see happen at my campus is a lights out manufacturing line. I'm calling that good right now. It may not launch until 2027, but you will see us launch that. That's a fully autonomous manufacturing line, and we will produce a finished good that will have an ROI to the college. That's rare. Companies should be lining up to partner with us. The problem is, it's easier to pay someone in corporate America to go and do that footwork. Makes no sense.
It's almost like they should have someone on their staff that's doing the work with you and bridging that gap and really saying, hey, where can we plug in our training needs with your curriculum? Or in some cases, community colleges will offer custom curriculum as
We
well.
do. We do. You're exactly right. It's part of the three columns that delivers education to the community and for our partnerships with universities. We have what is called custom or customized training. We have CE, continuing education, and then we have semester credit hours, which is normally a pathway to a university. So, exactly right. You're spot on. What we're trying to do, it's a triad. You have the community, the hope that exists to find a job that will earn a livable wage, and then you have corporate America. They want that population of trained employees that want to go to work. And then you have the the uh, the educational side, which is university. Universities can't really get into the weeds like we can. So the better we are at building those partnerships with the universities so that students looking for those pathways into universities so that they are better prepared, they come see us. But on the ground, there's a population, there's a large population of students in high school right now that will not finish high school. And it's not because they're bad students. They just don't see the need when all they want is an opportunity to go and get a job. We are a place for that. And that's our intention right now today. We're building that. What else is community college mindset in the community?
Well, it's great to hear, and I'll share that my story is through Alamo colleges. I started through a number of events, but I didn't know, and my parents didn't know, and it's ultimately my responsibility. What does it mean to graduate high school and go to college? Because I have a unique educational background. So I came back into the American public school system middle of my sophomore year, unaware because my parents didn't go to college in a traditional way, and so I thought I could just go to Texas A&M and sign up, and it turns out you can't. Um, but I went back to Alamo colleges, and I was able to work and go to school, and then transfer into what is now Texas State University, and it was more affordable for me to pay through my way through college that way. It was more approachable for me in my relearning what is education and why am I going to college. It gave me a buffer to see it applied to the workforce as well. But I'm still working to convince my parents that that was a real college. No offense to them.
Right.
Um, but how do students bring their parents onto campus and with pride say, I'm going to this community college and here's my plan, here's my path?
That's the $1 million question for us. I'll share our approach. We are we're active on the high school campuses in our area, and every year it's the same thing. We just left a local college, a local high school during lunchtime, and the students were there being high school students. They were having fun. They really weren't thinking about uh, their future or tomorrow. They were just in the moment. We're inviting parents and high school juniors and seniors to our campus in the evening. We will feed them pizza, provide them with soda, but we're going to educate them on what else community college is. I too am a community college uh, benefactor. So I've my educational journey, like yours, I've attended 4 community colleges on my way to this point today. Today, I just crossed the 2-year threshold with Lone Star College. I just turned in my last assignment as a doctoral student, now PhD recipient from community college roots where I didn't know how to get here. And here I am, I'm 62 this month and just completing the PhD as first a tribute to my mother, but at the end of the day, I did not know how to make this happen. So mine was this way, that way, this way, that way. We want to shorten that pathway. The old saying is the quickest route between 2 points is a straight line. Our approach is different. We believe the shortest distance between 2 points is to bring those 2 points together. So we're going to bring those students and their parents here to the campus. We're going to show them the funding opportunities. We're going to show them the employers that are here waiting for them to complete a degree in machining, which we have a scholarship for. So not only is the workforce education available, we have funding opportunities just like the football players. You can have a scholarship that sends you to college for free.
Right there in your hometown.
Right here in your backyard.
And you have public transportation that comes through campus. You have all of these things that we wouldn't think about as everyday individuals going through life and going through our work. I don't know where I would say, oh, that community college would be a great place to go get an added skill. But I know it's there. And I really want not just the high school kids coming in, but to your point, getting those parents involved and helping them see, because it may respark an educational journey for them at 40, 50, 60 years old to
Absolutely.
go really pursue that dream or to level up a skill set and move forward in today's evolving workforce.
Absolutely. To your point, last year we awarded over $30,000 in workforce education scholarships, and there's more.
And, and I'm really impressed too when you go back and look at what comes out of this community college, because the employers that come to you, they stay with you. They build those systems. Once they've invested, I don't see them leaving. But more importantly, I see the community colleges going into the high school ISDs and offering college courses, college credits as sophomore, juniors, and seniors now. I think in my local ISD, you can graduate with up to 60 college credit hours earned during your time in high school at no cost to the
Very
family.
true. Very true. And that's what makes Texas so progressive in education and especially workforce education. So the uh, the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board has now made it, they've put the carrot out there for community colleges to build those pathways from what's called dual credit in the ISDs to community colleges. It's a beautiful thing. The problem is the work. It's going to take work. And our division here, we've embraced that. We're here for it. We understand the assignment.
Well, I appreciate that people like you are out there pushing this work and promoting the idea of community college, not as, hey, it's the next best option, but really it can be the premier option for someone that wants to build a career um, in with their hands, the trades. There's some great programs for the trades through community college. There's great AI programs coming out, great manufacturing programs that are all skill sets that the workforce across Texas continues to need and need at a higher volume than ever before. I think I'll just remind that Texas is in the boom. We are bringing manufacturers to Texas, and they're looking for qualified employees. They're not looking for people to just show up and take the job. They are looking for those specialized technicians that have spent 6 months, 12 months going through a certification program that will pay off tremendously in their lifetime of work.
Absolutely right. We've had SpaceX here. Like I said, we've had Dyken here. All of them have been impressed with the facilities, but they also hire our students.
Right. And at the end of the day, that's the measure of success. How hireable are your students? And I've continued to be impressed with everyone that I've met at Lone Star College, and then the work that you're putting out for Foxconn and Apple to come visit you is not by accident. Those are very professional companies that have spent a lot of time and money around the world preparing workforce. And I'm glad that they found you and they came in and met with your students. And I think that's going to be a great opportunity for all of the greater Houston area, but that side of Texas as well.
Yeah, we're thankful to have the opportunity. We understand the assignment and we accept the challenge.
Well, as a powerhouse for the workforce, what do you see coming in the next 12 months? I mean, we're middle of the school year traditionally. When do people come to a community college and sign up? Is it every day? Is it, oh, I've got to wait till a semester? When do you want them to come visit?
So our approach, that's a great question. Our approach, because we are semester credit, it's been in the past semester sign up. What we do now, we take corporate college, which is anytime, anywhere. We take continuing ed, which is nimble and able to offer at a time when needed. We take them with us in every place that we go. I'll give you an example. We have a local manufacturing company that is the largest machining provider for SpaceX in the United States. We have built a program with them where they are now going to send their employees to us on a scholarship. We will send students to them. Their requirement is so long as that student can inhale O2, exhale CO2, walk around at 98.6 and have a BP of 120/80, they will hire them as a college student and give them a real job with a real industry wage, not something that's the minimum. We're talking well in the double digits to start as a traveling student, a commuting student, to take classes here and have the opportunity to work. That's sometimes the solution. Like I said, 4 different community colleges. I was a full-time student working a full-time job, and not a job that would fit my college schedule. So it wasn't always available, which is why it's taken me so long to get to this completion of the PhD. But I am proof that it can happen. I am a welder by trade. I am a 3rd generation shipbuilder. Today, with PhD at the end of my name, I am still an overeducated welder at the end of the day. It's my one area of expertise.
Well, I appreciate that you've taken that expertise and that journey and shared it with so many, inspired many, and will continue to inspire many to go and find that skill and build the foundational wage around being a welder, but then pursue the lifetime of education that gets you to a PhD at 62 and with a lot of runway to still make an impact. I have to think with 95,000 students there, you're reaching a lot of people. And as an employer too, you can come into that and reach a lot of people. So Andrew, thank you for your time today. Thank you for all of the work that you're doing and continuing to open my eyes as someone who went through the community college system, but to the full opportunity that Texas is creating there and what makes it, what helps us meet the need of our employers, so we can continue to grow and have a very bright future here in the greater Houston area.
Thank you, Justin, for always being a resource.
Happy to share the message.